Hallo, hier ist your Niall Sebastian Power Sieger from seeembassy.com. Today I'm producing a video with a creature who have lived as a man known as Bigfoot from the tribe of the Lakota, so the Indios in America. He can produce wind on this planet to show himself, and he can use a higher wind level to answer to questions or if he wants to show himself here. Bigfoot, are you here? Then please trigger the wind and please reply by using a higher wind level so that the plant shakes more. And now the people will see that more wind is triggered to the plant and he will shake the plant. I just started my communication with them, so we will need a moment to optimize our communication. Can you trigger the wind one more time clearly to show yourself to the people that they understand it's universal communication and you can react over the plant? So, and now the people see that more wind is reaching the plant. And if you watch closely, you will then see that the leaves will start. Can you repeat that one more time? And you do not have to worry about the people. That's the general information, because I'm in public, sometimes people will drive by. Was not in the boat. So can you trigger the wind one more time? And now you see the reaction on the flag. So that's typical ancestors communication. And the creature I'm communicating with is known as Bigfoot to the Lakota. I'm gonna add a link to this video. So beside this video you will see a link with a story about his lifetime. We are in contact since yesterday, when I watched the link. I think yesterday. Was yesterday alright? Yesterday, right? Did Gaston trigger the wind a bit? Then your people can understand the communication better, a little bit better. Yesterday was right? The day before? The day before? You don't know. Timeless problems. So you don't know, is that correct? Trigger the wind more if you don't know, because you do exist timeless at the moment. That's alright. Is that the case? Then make it clear. Is that the right answer? Make it more clear for the people which watching the video. You need to, like you did it before, you have to use a good wind level so that the people can see that you reply. Now you see the movement. Now you see it. For the Indians. Okay? See? It's like using the hat. You did shake it. I have another camera here, so I can show you a close view to the plant as well in between. I'm a living human who have learned to outread the universal communication with ancestors. Okay, that you understand. So when creatures like Bigfoot do communicate with me, which have lived as human beings before, in that case one of your ancestors, then I have learned to outread the plant, which means I can react to little reactions. But because I'm filming, you have to use a higher wind level for you, the people which are watching the video. So maybe we will do another video after that, to have a view. Now I started the communication here in the park with them, which means in the beginning, sometimes creatures which have lived as human beings before have to optimize their reaction to my questions, and we have to optimize our communication a little. It's like you would get to know somebody you did not know before, then you have to take yourself a minute to understand the other human being. And Bigfoot is not a plant, it's a creature who have lived as a man before, and he's canalizing and triggering that you do understand that. So it's not a plant, It's not the creature who have lived as a man before, reborn as the plant. No, he's canalizing and triggering the wind to show himself, to answer and to reply. Can you agree to that for the people which are watching this video, for the Lakota which are watching the video, that they understand it better? You do canalize the wind to show yourself and to reply to questions, which means then he's using a higher wind. Can you agree to that one time clearly so that they understand that? So this is a little reaction which you can see over here. But use a higher wind level one time, please. Now you can see more and more wind is reaching the plant, and now up there it will start to shake. See, now he's shaking the plant. See that? So that is communication for him by triggering and canalizing the wind. And so that you understand it better, when I communicate with creator, even small movements like this moves at that moment, even the camera is shaking a bit too much. But they are very small. Me as a little human who's used to universal communication, I can outread plants even on a level where small movements do happen, because I'm so used to that. But because we are filming here, I have to optimize my communication with Bigfoot, and he has to react with stronger wind levels like he's doing right now to show it to you. And that's when you can see more movement in the plant. See, now he's bringing a wind wave there, and then this plant will start to shake a lot more. Okay, now you have, with the small leaf over here, you have more movement in the moment where he did it, to show that. So for you, the people which are watching the video, also the Lakota, that you do understand that. That's one of the ancestors of the Lakota tribe. So I'm gonna add the video where you can see Bigfoot. At least you can see the situation he was in during his lifetime. And you do agree you are that Bigfoot from the video I watched, which is on my Facebook timeline from the last day. And he's agreeing to that by using a higher wind level, so that the people do understand it. Okay? See? And now the plant starts to move a lot more. Now you can see a higher wind level here where the leaves have been, which I just showed you. Everything is captured on 2 cameras, so you will see 2 camera views. One camera is capturing the whole plant the whole time, and this mobile camera I use as a microphone, and I use to show you stuff in details when I'm close by. So in the video I'm gonna add, there's a topic beside that his name is mentioned, and the topic is the ghost dance of the Lakota. Right now you see the reaction of Bigfoot, he's reacting. Because more wind was triggered to the plant, and then the plant did move in this direction. Okay, that's the way ancestors can communicate and can agree to that. Can you do that one more time? Yes? Then please do so one more time so that the people, your people can see it here. You will do that, you will start to canalize wind, and then you will see the same movement again in a moment. See? Now, use a little bit more wind to make it clear. I give them a moment to react. Are you ready? Do it one more time to make it clear. Look at that. There the wind wave is coming, and then he's triggering the wind. Look. And when I speak, after our communication is optimized, so my communication with the creator who have lived with Bigfoot, then he can agree to stuff by using wind waves. And then he's canalizing the wind to this plant, and you see more movement as you see it right now. And that's Ancestor's communication. The Indios did it in the past, I know that. The American Indios did it with fire. I know that some tribes did use fire, so they were putting on fire and then communicating with the ancestors. And some Indios were able to outread the flames when the flames start to dance because of the wind. It's the same concept. So then the wind is triggered to the fire, and the flames of the fire will start to dance. He's agreeing to that. We were talking about the ghost dance. Like in the video, the ghost dance is mentioned. And I was in contact with Bigfoot then. Look at this. And we were communicating about the ghost dance before I started this video. Okay, so that the people do understand that. And first of all, to all the Lakota, I did ask Bigfoot, if your ancestors, if you meet up to communicate with them, if you try that, or if you do this ghost dance thing, if they are there. And the answer was from Bigfoot, they try to be there as soon as they realize you do the ghost dance in a group, for example. Especially during the festivals, if you meet up yearly, in a year. He's agreeing to that. So that the Lakota do understand that, if you do the ghost dance, if you meet in a group once a year or whenever the Lakota meet, to do that, then your ancestors, as soon as they realize that, they send creatures there which have lived as human beings before to be there with you. And he's agreeing to that. But of course, many living humans, also Lakota, sadly cannot see the ancestors there. Maybe one of the few can feel something. Maybe, in good cases. But that's proof for the Lakota that if they do the ghost dance by natural communication, that their own ancestors, if they realize that the Lakota meet up to do so, they try to be there. So, me and Bigfoot, we did talk a little bit about ghost dance. In the video, you can see that the ghost dance is mentioned from the old times, and then some people did dance themselves into something like trance, that's how I would call it, until they fell down. And I did ask Bigfoot if it's necessary to dance so much until you reach the level of trance, so that you later collapse, that you have a collapse. And Bigfoot said it is not necessary to dance so much that you hurt yourself. Okay? Can you agree to that? It is not necessary to dance so much that you then later fall down to the ground because you did overuse your human body by dancing until you come to the point of trance. Is that correct? And now you will see we'll use some more words. It is correct. And then answer please clearly. And I will add something to that trance factor I just mentioned. He's agreeing to that, so it is not necessary for the fact that the ancestors can come and be there if the Lakotas do the ghost dance. Another thing is that in some cultures it is true, so in some cultures it is true that if the people come to the point of trance, that them ancestors, if they open themselves very well, that them ancestors potentially can reach these humans. He's agreeing to that as well. So both is right. Which do also not mean that always when people are in trance, that they then can analyze communication very well. Because then they are in trance by themselves. So it's not, it can be a good thing to get reached by ancestors, but it also can lead to a situation where you them not see it very well because yourself, you are in a position of being in trance, depending on the trance time. Would you agree to that? He's agreeing to that by moving the plant again in this direction. For the people which are watching the video, that you understand it better. So, yeah, it's good. Now the Lakota do know that if they do the ghost dance, it will work. And I'm sure the Lakota did know that from the past. Otherwise, they would not do this tradition. But maybe because the many Indio-type people in America, in the past they did not write books like we Europeans did. So they were transferring everything from generation to generation, also by speaking. And then sometimes things can get lost. Do the Lakota today know that ancestors are there if they do such meetings? Like, is there a good communication path with this? No is the answer, is that correct? If no is the answer, then please trigger the wind. No is the answer. Okay, so that the Lakota see that, he's triggering the wind more, and that's a sad no. Is that right? That's a sad no. I can see down here already that the wind level is higher than before. It's a sad no. So to the Lakota, that do mean that Bigfoot, as one of your ancestors, they would like to have a situation where they would be easier able to communicate with you. That you get it right. So this is typical ancestors communication, like many indigene tribes did it in the past, in Africa, in America. So it is also a communication method the Europeans used a couple of 100 years ago with the shamans. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna do later another video with Bigfoot, and I gonna think about some more questions I could ask you, and I can communicate with creatures which have lived as human beings also by a body sharing thing, which means creatures which have lived as human beings before can use my human body, but in a way that I'm able to communicate with them. But it costs me a lot of energy to outread that communication, and it's not easy always. So maybe he's gonna send some questions by himself, but then I have to ensure if I can find them. That's the way the Lakota can get it. But maybe we do another video. Like I said, maybe we do another video, and then I can ask you some more questions which could be potentially interesting for the Lakota. And the Lakota, they can send questions. I have a website, ciembassy.com. If you want, you can send questions for Bigfoot. Or for your ancestors, if you want that. And then Bigfoot can try to solve these questions with other ancestors of the Lakota as well. And then I can try to communicate with them, and we can do another video. He's agreeing to that by using a higher wind. So that the Lakota do understand that. So now you know that if you do the ghost dance, that your ancestors are there during the bigger meetings. Let me say it like that. So I did communicate with him, and I did ask him, and he said as soon as there are few Lakota. So it do not mean if you as an individual just start the ghost dance, that your ancestors automatically directly will realize that. But as soon as they know there is a meeting and the Lakota do the ghost dance, they try to be there, at least a few of them. For example, in the big meetings they do every year and stuff like that. And he's agreeing clearly to that by the wind wave. So that the Lakota do understand this detail also. So it is possible for the Lakota community to plan events, to then think about it often before the event to happen, and potentially your ancestors will realize that and will send people there. So creatures which have lived as human beings before, not humans. So yeah, hopefully the Lakota do understand everything, and if you have questions you can send them to ciembassy.com. Then I will try to communicate with Bigfoot, and you also can send questions regarding other creatures from the Lakota type, and Bigfoot is agreeing to that. And he's agreeing to the fact that he will try to help, because that's what I did ask him with my thoughts, if he would help to connect also with other ancestors of the Lakota, if Lakotas have questions there. So regarding your family members, if you're not from the direct family, but it is one tribe anyway, but if you are not a direct family member of him, for example, what I don't know, maybe all Lakota belong anyway together. This detail I don't know. But Bigfoot communicated, you would help them, you can send some questions to ciembassy.com, and then I can try to reach him and to find the answers. Also, if you have general questions to your ancestors, you can send them, or you can send, if you have something like that, if you them, for example, want to reach one of your ancestors, and you want to identify them better, for example, ancestors which just died short while ago instead of a long while ago, you can send these questions also, like identification questions as well. So you have a complex offer for free here, and you just can use the email contact thing on ciembassy.com. If I see the email I will reply, and there's also a phone number here in Germany. It's a German phone number. So I will upload the video, and it's great that I could help you, to Bigfoot and to the Lakota. If you like the video, if you understood what's going on here, ancestors communication, then hopefully I could help you a little bit, because there are not so many humans which are able to communicate with ancestors. And if you have, if you know about some Lakota which you live in Europe, in Germany, for example, because they moved here, you can inform them, they can come to Bonn and try that by themselves, and then we can try to reach out, for example, for Bigfoot. They can contact me also. So I'm gonna upload the video, and hopefully you did enjoy it and liked it. And yeah, my thoughts now, that's why he did reacted, were about the shootings, which I mentioned in the other video, where people from your tribe got killed by white people. And for me, it's a sad history. Your tribe in parts became victim of, and what some people from Europe did at that point in time in the past. Just let you know that as information from me, Niall Sebastian Power Sieger. He can react also to my thoughts. That's why I spoke out what I was thinking also, because you could see a reaction, but you could not understand maybe what he was reacting to. At that moment in time, he did react to my thoughts, because I was thinking about that. So yeah, maybe they sent some questions, and then we have more material. You can answer and reply to their questions, and then we can do another video with that as well. That's to the Lakota. You are invited to send some questions to ciembassy.com to communicate with your ancestors if you want. And then I can try to do more videos with them, and then I can send them back to you. Thank you for watching. You're Niall Sebastian Power Sieger, and that is Bigfoot. And I had another question. There was another guy, 1 second. Red Cloud? Was that his name? He's doing well as well, so he's alright up there? Yes or no? But he do exist today? Yes or no? Yes or no? Alright. Okay. So that's to get there more clear answers. I could do another video another day, maybe. But he's all right. That was my question. He's existing. Yes. Yes. Okay. That's if the family of red cloud still do exist. I don't know that. Then you receive the information as well from Bigfoot. Yes. Okay. So yeah, thank you for watching. You're Niall Sebastian Power Sieger, and more videos will be uploaded on the YouTube channel regarding ancestors communication and on the website ciembassy.com. Regarding the YouTube channel, you will find different playlists with different topics. So ancestors communication, species crossing communication, and so on. Please do not lose yourself there. Watch each video, because I do communicate with many different creatures which have lived as human beings before, and sometimes also with creatures from other species. Thank you very much for watching. You're Niall Sebastian Power Sieger and Bigfoot.